Hello, Sean Sands back with more Hearts of Iron 4, picking up right where we left off, and we'll remember to unclick pause this time. So, basic machine tools, excellent. Better efficiency cap. Let's see, factory output, that is what I want. Increase the max factories in a state. The efficiency retention, that's that little red line we were looking at earlier. When you change something, you lose all the efficiency associated with it. Better output, but more vulnerable, which I think we will take. Well, let's think here. The nice thing about disperse. Okay, so disperse gives us better output and better factories in a state, or concentrated does. Dispersed, a little less output. Reduces their bomb vulnerability, so it makes it less likely that they will get bombed. Probably the way we actually do need to go. Great, unpause. Going up at speed 4, get it at speed 3. So we're researching our plane, research time, and oil. It's going to take nearly a year. Do I really want to put this on for a whole year? Yeah, it's done. It's already done. Beginning, it's a learning game. We should learn, possibly, to never do that again. We still aren't building. We still just have a lot of these that need resupply. These guys all seem like tank. Still need equipment. We are producing enough, but we're just down by so much. We currently have a deficit of 23,000 units of infantry equipment. Most of that for just division reinforcement. 2,139. Right. Shortage will last for days and days, so 900 days. We're still a long way from being able to produce any more troops. I'm pretty sure what that's saying to us. So Germany is now working on their relationship with the USSR. They are focused on triumph in Africa. I forget what that does for them. Not sure. They haven't gone after Yugoslavia, which is nice, or Greece, which is good. World tension is still really, really low, which is also good. So the thing is, the longer world tension stays low, the longer we have to just get prepared. Here's our Navy overview. So we have click while holding shift to select multiple fleets. So we have one carrier. That's this one. No, CV. And that is down here. So our only aircraft carrier is down here. Workers threatened with strikes. Super cool. Well, this is going to be great. Following the sacking of 2 workers at a large factory, struggles between workers and factory owners have erupted across the country. Workers backed by the Parti Communiste Français, have organized, I apologize, French speakers, are organized and are demanding better conditions such as higher wages and shorter work weeks. This will greatly reduce the output of our factories and is viewed as a victory for the Parti Communiste. We are invited to there for negotiations. Do we give in to their demands or stand firm and risk a countrywide strike? Gains factory strike for 90 days. Or a year of 30% reduced, and the popularity of the Communist Party will increase by 7%, which is not a ton. They're still stuck at 30. Oh, game, you give France really difficult things to figure out. We just end our factory output for 3 months, and national unity drops by 10% for 3 months, I'm assuming. In the long run, that may be better. 30% over 365 days would be 180. So it's actually more lost output, I think, than 90% for 90 days. So if you had 100, and over 12 months, that would be 1,200. Okay, I'm doing math now, and it's going to be real scary, guys. Just bear with me. So if you had 100, let's just 100 output every month for 12 months, that would be 1,200. If you lost 90% of that for 3 months, you would have 10 for 3 months. So you would, you would lose 270. So 1,200 minus 270 equals 930, right? Right, sure. But if you lost 30 over all 12 of those months, you would lose 360. I think we take the lesser of the two evils and just deal with the national. I don't know what the impact of national unity will be. Yeah, let them strike. Screw them. Think you're so tough? Ah, I'm the French president. President? Is this president? I don't even know. Yeah, okay. Well, that hurts just a lot. Yeah, okay. Let's see, where do we see that production? I assume that will show up over here. Yeah, now we're losing 15.4 a day, as opposed to having a surplus of 5.4. Average production deficit of 12. Everything's in deficit, but so be it. I think it was the right call. We just need to make it for 30 days. So basically till the end of January of 1937. And our research is still going to clip along, right? We're about to finish up mechanical computing, which will help us further with research. And yeah. Ugh, that hurt. It's always raining over here in London. It feels like every time I look over there, I just see these little rain. I do like the kind of the weather effects. It's kind of cool. I assume that will have an impact on combat, right? If you're in a rainy area. I know down here, like in Egypt, around Cairo, and yeah, dust storms. That's exactly what I was going to point out. Sometimes you get like dust storms and stuff like that. I like that. That's a cool little effect. And I saw snow during the winter as well. In fact, nope, still raining in England. God, that could be their motto. I apologize. England's a lovely country, but it is a little damp from time to time. Let's see, we don't have as many people in attrition anymore. I wonder what's reducing that. I'll need to figure out what all goes into attrition. Great. Slightly faster research speed. We are almost up to 1937. Radio and building radar stations. Yeah, we probably want to get prepared for that. We are close to 1937. Do we have any other research coming up soon? We could do that in 45 days, yeah. So we'll wait. And instead, we will... we could add a variant here. Increase anti-air, it's artillery. That's an idea. Support battalions. We were thinking about that engineer company. What does engineers do? Okay, manpower. Recovery, breakthrough. Construction of fortifications and breaching obstacles made combat engineers vital in field. Giving our engineers a versatile role enables us to deploy them in diverse situations where they will be needed. They have no soft attack to speak of. Let's see. What about maintenance company? That's also an idea. Can repair and overhaul. Special Forces Marines. Yeah, let's get some Marines. Not that we can build any anytime soon. Unpause. Wow, Spain still has not... So 1936 was when Spain erupted into civil war. Franco took power, I believe. 36? Maybe? But yeah, nothing so far. The UK down there handles Gibraltar. Interesting. Good. So none of these guys are in attrition anymore, which is nice. I wonder if that's a result of some of our technologies. What can we go back and see the technologies we've done, aside from just clicking in them? Did this reduce attrition at all? No. May have just been. I wonder what did that. Production efficiency doesn't feel like it. That one did that. I don't know. Closing in on government reform. Made it through a month of our just awful reduction in. That was not as bad as it was. Now it's only -3. Why is it so low? 21,000. Seems like that's still holding fairly. It's basically just holding flat now. I wonder what adjusts this over time. Production efficiency of our production lines. Oh, probably because we're still improving production efficiency? Maybe? Yeah, these are all back up to full production efficiency, which is good. Yeah, 46 of 46, so this will be complete in January. This will be complete in January. Okay, so we're getting close to having more factories. We're up to 46 now. We have construction speed going, and we just got a bunch of political power, which is nice. And we will, I think, let's see. Revised Versailles requires government reform and is exclusive with support the status quo. So we need to pick one of these directions. I think it's going to be this way. Yeah, that just seems hard right wing. Yeah, I like all these. So strengthen the government, increases national unity. What else? Increases national unity. Focus will prerequisite requires little entente. So this would require support the status quo, gain base national unity +5, which I really like. So maybe we do this way. Set the rule. Can create faction, so I can create my own faction, create faction French Entente Alliance. Czechoslovakia gets an invitation, Yugoslavia, Romania, and then eventually guarantee Poland. I don't think we'll get there in time. We might, who knows? Could join the Comintern. What would this do? Folks will cancel it. I don't even know what that does. For now, let's go with support the status quo, because that will give us more national unity, which I'm a fan of. Particularly since we're at 20% right now. We won't... and we can modify the government. Excellent. So, research and production, no. We're going to get a political advisor, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be a captain of industry, which will just continue to increase that construction speed, unless we have something here. Democracy support. Political power gain plus 15% is also really tempting. I mean, that's tiny. That would only be, what, 0.0 something. It'd be like 0.03, I think. Backstabber, political power gain plus avoid ideological drift. Trade deal, I don't care about. Military factory construction speed, might be nice. Quartermaster, what are these other ones? Are they all the same? Yeah. We could hire military staff, but I'm not that interested in that. We could support our research and production. Tank designer. No, I think we're going to go captive industry. Civilian factory construction speed, infrastructure construction speed, refinery construction speed. Those all feel like good things. More industrialist is also a little tempting, because we're going to need a ton more military factories. What is this? Factory strikes. Oh, yeah. Let me think for a minute. We are up to 46 of these. We don't have a ton more that we're building right now. Military factories is where we're really behind. We only have 11 of those. Whew. Wouldn't be useful right away, but it might be nice to get the war industrialist. Again, only one way to learn. The hard way. Their organization is really low. Oh, because it's all within 20%. These guys, yeah, their organization, like when they're not training. Are they done? Yeah, they're all regulars. I don't think you can go over regular. Let's stop that training. They're all regulars, which is nice. Okay. And does that help with the attrition too? Oh, that's why. So they're under attrition. Of course. Ah, yes. Okay. When they're in exercise, they're under attrition. They're losing that stuff. That should help also with our deficit here because we're not using up equipment while we're exercising. So we've basically sacrificed the ability to gain a bunch more units, just mass manpower, in favor of making these units nice and kind of meaty. Yeah, and we're actually a very, 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 very small surplus of everything. Not everything, not light tanks, not artillery. Still can't build anything yet. Did we build one? No, we didn't build one. What am I talking about? And we didn't exercise these guys, and I don't think we plan to. All right. We're into January. Still very little. Okay, so we made it through 1936, and Spain stayed whole. Wow. I thought that was like a done deal, like it always had. Because it's like 42% Democratic, 41% fascist. Next election is in 1939. All right, we finished our plane, which we will build at some point soon-ish. 1937, so now we will go for our production efficiency cap. That will help as well. Do we want to build a line for planes? Is this where I do it? No, it would just be here. So, no, because we don't have anything we can take out yet. I don't want to reduce the number of infantry equipment we're getting. And just flat out, until we get more military factories, we cannot do that. Fair enough. 44 political power, we're at speed 4, and we're paused. It's nice to see the Germans still aren't really lined up on our border. I mean, they've got, a token force there, but their attention is clearly elsewhere. What are they working on now? Industrial effort, light ship effort, so they are going to go heavy-ish. Oh, and there it is. We knew it would come eventually. All right. So nationalists have declared war on Spain. Civil war has erupted in Spain. Several generals seeking to overthrow the current government in Madrid have issued a pronunciamiento, and a large portion of the Spanish armed forces have answered their call to arms. The right-wing nationalist faction has occupied much of Spain, including the overseas territories. Loyalist forces and volunteers have assembled under the left-wing Republican governor, determined to resist the putsch to their last breath. The battle for Spain has begun. Do we want to be involved with that at all? So that's nationalist Spain. We can't. Oh, no, we can't help because we can't do land lease or volunteers unless there's a certain amount of tension. We would cut off our military access, but won't do any good. So I guess we will just keep an eye out down here and see if our neighbor becomes fascist or if they don't, hopefully. It's hard to tell. We don't really have any intelligence down there, but the Republicans still hold Madrid. Holding Madrid and Saragossa is only worth 1. Barcelona is worth 15. Valencia is worth 5, so they really need to hold Barcelona and Madrid. 1. Oh, thank God. That's over. Good. So now we really are producing a surplus of stuff, which is going to help. Slowly, but over time, hopefully will make a difference. And we're up to 48. I think we've finished Normandy and Aquitaine. And then we have to start producing military factories soon. I think they can only do 2 at a time. Used factories, max factories. 15 and 15. Strikes are over. Most workers have now realized that their unreasonable demands will not be met. Their children go hungry, and even though Parti Communiste Francais, so sorry, are urging them to continue the strike, they do not possess the resources to continue. With each passing day, workers are caving and return to the factories. Our industry will be back to full capacity. It's unlikely we will have strikes anytime soon. Finally, we can compete again. Looks like the nationalists are making a little bit of a push. Excellent. As for military access, request from Republican Spain. Yeah, absolutely, buddy. So that increased our national unity by 5%. Which way are we going here? This is tempting. So we can do either way there. Here's what I don't know. Since we would be able to create factions and we would create the French Entente alliance, does that mean we would not be able to join the Allies later? That I don't know. It's a little scary. But you gain base national unity there, and you don't there. Britain will end up in the war either way. Let's find out what happens. Like, just now we begin our break from historical, because I'm assuming historical would be that, France and England ultimately really align and create the Allies. This little thing means these two branches are mutually exclusive. But I can strengthen the government either way. Remove national spirit, disjointed government. So this would be how to get rid of disjointed government. Invitation to French faction, invitation to French faction. So we could pick up Romania. How are Romania and Yugoslavia looking? So we're talking about Romania, Yugoslavia, and Poland potentially. So we would invite them. Who else? There was somebody else. Somebody else there. Wasn't there? Czechoslovakia. Yugoslavia, Romania, and Czechoslovakia. That could put a real, crimp in their plans. And they aren't working as far as I can tell yet. Yeah, they haven't done the ideas that send them down that road. Let's try it. Sure, why not? Here we go. We'll see what happens there. Okay, that's going to be interesting. Unfulfilled import requests. We still have one oil short, which is something I've known for a long time. Let's see. Factories are clipping along. This is nice to see this green here again. So we will fulfill that in 70. So our support equipment. Let's towed artillery. We are a year from fulfilling that. Blah. Support equipment, light tanks. Still have a tank division just slowly coming up. 113 out of 240, and we're producing 2 a week, so 1 every 2 or 3 days. Okay, well, keep it going. The Republicans seem to be holding the southern part of Spain. It's hard to tell. Let's see, what do we have here? No, there's some units. We don't have any forces down there, so not doing us any good. Definitely some battles going on. Most of the push seems to be coming this way. If they push into Madrid, it's going to be real ugly. Depends on who's backing who. Like, do they have any backers? So they are at war. 4 more goals. Volunteer. They have volunteers from Italy and Germany. These guys have volunteers from the Soviets. Yeah. It'll just depend really on how much the Germans and the Italians intervened, I think. It'd be great if the I feel like Nationalist has an advantage here. Let's see. What can we work on? So our armament effort, great. They're working on armament effort. Oh, I can actually see their. I want to look. Okay, I'll look at that in a minute. Great, increased our factory output. Max Factories reduced some bomb vulnerability, which I'm a big fan of. Let's go to construction 2. I wanted to look at army innovations. Let's see. They're looking for a treaty with the USSR potentially. So they have done. I remember they did the Reichsautobahn infrastructure, West Wall, bunch of land forts on the French border, industrial effort. I think they've done all of those. They did the Rhineland. They did the anti-Comintern pact, I think. It's not a puppet. It's not a faction. Soviets gain. So their opinion with the Germans would drop. But now they're on their way to, maybe they're just going to take that for the experience and the research bonus. They haven't done the Anschluss, which is the big scary one. That's where they take Austria. And then that's the other reason I was thinking Czechoslovakia. If we can get to Czechoslovakia before them, then that will slow them down. Czechoslovakia is not in a faction. See, that's what I'm thinking is if we can get the Czechs into our faction, then that will block off a lot of this, won't it? At least until fate of Czechoslovakia. They haven't demanded the Sudetenland, which is probably what they would do. What is it? At least 700,000 manpower. We'll see. We'll see which way they go. I like that they're going down the other paths right now. That seems like it's advantageous. Maybe stronger. Yeah, I would say. So this is telling me that it thinks that, yeah, because we have how many divisions? 14 divisions. They have 4, 6, 8. Well, do we actually know? Yeah. 6, 8, 10, 13, 14, 17 to our 14. I wonder if they're just stronger. Yeah, it's clearly thinking that it's much stronger. And these guys also are clearly concerned as well about the strength of their army compared to... Oh, no, they're not. Wait, no, it keeps changing. Okay, I don't know. We'll figure it out. Felt like that was red just a second ago. I'm not crazy, right? We plan value. Well, we're not going to execute the plan, so don't worry about it. Still just have the one deficit of oil, and we will unpause. All right, so we're heading into the spring of 1937. It is raining in England. Just want to keep an eye on that. Just want to check periodically. Yeah. Got to get more military factories. That's just all there is to it. Okay. Yes. Excellent. Here we go. So we completed our national focus of Little Entente. Our plan to stop the Little Entente alliance from falling apart and away from us is making progress. Edvard Benet approves of our efforts and has accepted our invitation to an alliance. We're one step closer to rebuilding the Little Entente. Czechoslovakia is now in our alliance. Germany's not going to like that. The Hindenburg, oh no! The Hindenburg was destroyed. Bummer. The Little Entente, seeking to form a united front against common enemies, France has reached out to Czechoslovakia with an offer of forming a Little Entente to unite against common enemies, thereby foregoing their bonds with Britain from the Great War. While offered a place in the defensive pact, the British Prime Minister made it clear that Britain does not consider the alliance beneficial to the protection of European liberty. Oh. Okay. France have, nevertheless, established diplomatic ties with other nations that might feel threatened and are encouraging unity for the sake of keeping the diplomatic balance in Europe and prevent future conflicts. Only time will tell if they can succeed. Vive la France et l'entente. Again, just so sorry. Yugoslavia, or strengthen government. Do we want to go this path? There doesn't seem to be any immediate threat to Yugoslavia. What does Germany need to do? So they are going for the treaty with the USSR. Yugoslavia is at risk. There's something over here that gets them Yugoslavia. Slovenia, fate of Yugoslavia is down here. So they're a long way from that, it feels like right now. Okay, so I think we are going to try and go back to more stabilizing the government. So increase that national unity weekly. That'll be good. We're up to 40% national unity. We'll get these two things and then go down and invite Yugoslavia. Yeah, that disjointed government minus 10%. That would be real nice to get rid of. No, I did. I said strengthen the government. Okay, good. So Czechoslovakia has 32 divisions. Our relations with them, I'm assuming, are good. Yeah, 110, 110. They have a nice 70% national unity. They are democratic. They seem to be holding decently there. And they are in alliance with France. And we've got Marines. Well, we don't actually have any. We simply can make them now. And improve machine tools. So let's figure out. We can do our second level of dispersed industry, which will increase output further. We will absolutely do that. And what else? Maybe it is time for land doctrine. Yeah, entrenchment. I like that. Oh, it's already researched. Next planning, be nice. Superior firepower. Tanks and armor. Not near 1938 enough. Paratroopers is kind of cool. Let's go with land doctrine. So entrenchment. Yeah, we're going to go down this road. Ooh, 494 days. I don't know that I want to do that, actually. So we're going to go anti-tank. Because there's one thing I think I can predict about the Germans is that they're going to go tanks. Anyway, that's going to do it for this episode. As always, thank you for joining me. We will pick right up here next time at Hearts of Iron 4. Until then, my name is Sean Sands. We will see you real soon.